Hi dear parents, welcome back to another math hour. Today I'm going to show you how to find the rate of change, or the slope, when you are given an interval. The kids have so far learned the basics on how to find the slope using the equation y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and we are going to use that knowledge in order to find the slope, or the rate of change, when you're given an interval, as you can see over here. This is called an interval, okay? When you read this, basically it says that minus 10 is less than equal to x is less than equal to minus 2. And if you look at this graph over here, what essentially this means is that we're looking at the range from minus 10 all the way to minus 2. Okay? So this is the x values here that we're going to be checking out. And in this graph, you see the function f of x equals x squared plus 8x plus 12. I've graphed it here for you, and this is what it looks like. And what you see over here is that I labeled the points, the x value of minus 10, where it connects with the graph, and where x is minus 2 right over here. And I drew a line connecting these 2 points. And this line is the slope. And this is what we have to figure out. We're trying to make an estimate, a rough guess of how steep this slope is. And in order to do that, we're going to have to do some math over here. So let's start, okay? So right here is our equation. F of x equals x squared plus 8x plus 12. How do we find the rate of change? I need coordinate points. What coordinate points am I going to use? Well, let's start with the first number, minus 10. I'm going to do f of minus 10, and I'm going to plug it into my values, okay? Let me get a little thicker here, the font. And let's do parentheses, okay? Parentheses, minus 10 squared. Whenever you substitute, you got to put parentheses around the number. Plus 8 multiplied by minus 10, okay? Plus 12. All right, again, remember, we got the minus 10 over here. That is our range. Let's solve it. Minus 10 squared is 100. 8 times minus 10 is minus 80. And of course, we got the plus 12 here. And when we solve it, 100 minus 80 is 20. And 20 plus 12 is 32. So f of minus 10 is equal to 32. Okay, now guess what you found over here? You know that the minus 10 is your x coordinate. And when you plugged it into the equation, you got this answer, 32. And guess what? That is your y coordinate right there. So you've got the first set of coordinates already. You have minus 10, comma, 32. That is your first set of coordinates. And by the way, that is the coordinate of this thing right here, minus 10, 32. All right? Now that's taken care of. Let's go to the next one. We have minus 2. That's our second x value, which we're going to plug in right now. So I'm going to cut this over here, and I'll do f of minus 2, and I'm going to substitute, plug it into our equation. So x squared, so parentheses, minus 2 squared, plus 8 times minus 2, plus 12. Okay? And of course, PEMDAS operations, minus 2 squared is 4, and then 8 times minus 2 is minus 16, plus 12. And then if you do this way, 4 minus 16 is minus 12, and minus 12 plus 12 is 0. So we have found out that when x is equal to minus 2 and we plug it into our function, we're going to get 0 as our answer. So we have got our x value and we've got the y value. In other words, we've got the second pair of coordinates. You see that? That's how you get your two coordinates. Because now that I have the two coordinates over here, I can easily find the rate of change. So let me delete all this right here. So I have enough space for use this to find the rate of change, also known as slope. Alright? Let me erase all this out, erase all this, erase all this. And let's bring these guys up here. Okay? And by the way, minus 2, 0, that's the coordinate point right over here. That's minus 2, 0 right there. Okay? Now, let's do it. Let's find the average rate of change. Step number 1, label. This is my x1, y1, and this is of course x2, y2. And of course you need the formula for the slope. That is m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And now let's substitute. Y2 is 0 minus, and y1 is 32, divided by x2, which is minus 2, minus, and in parentheses, I'll put the x1 value, minus 10. Okay? And then you could plug this in your calculator, or you can just do it in your head. 0 minus 32 is just minus 32. And then minus 2 minus minus 10. Minus and minus becomes plus. And minus 2 plus 10 is positive 8. And of course, minus 32 divided by 8 is minus 4. And there we go, kids. The final answer. The average rate of change between the intervals of minus 10 to minus 2 for this particular equation or function. The answer is minus 4. So when you see over here where it says m equals question mark, the answer is minus 4. Minus because the slope is going down, that's why it's minus, and this angle, the steepness of this slope is equal to a minus 4. And there, this is how you find the rate of change when given an interval. Thank you.